Hey, good morning, Salik and Ryan. Thanks for being on my podcast, Higher Profits with Bobby Sharma. Um, I'm so glad we connected. Um, I've known you both for some time now, but tell the audience, tell my listeners, my viewers, a little bit about Shiloh.
Sure. So hello, everyone. Shiloh is a prefab design build firm based in the Bay Area and Greater Los Angeles. We specialize in the development of high quality, energy efficient accessory dwelling units, which you may know as the term backyard home, granny flat, in-law suites. And for those of you that don't know, ADUs are basically secondary dwelling units that you can build on your own property, and you can use them to, increase the value of your property, generate rental income, house loved ones, and even work from home. Now, ADUs are really great for the state of California as well because they double the amount of available housing stock in residential areas. And the problem has been that ADUs are historically difficult and expensive to build. So we've simplified the process and offer homeowners the easiest way to build a backyard home. And we do so by using prefabricated construction, finishing projects in half the time of traditional construction, as well as offering one-stop shop service, which means we take care of the entire process for our clients.
Very nice, very nice. And I know we've been talking about the California housing crisis, and the ADU licensing and permitting process has been streamlined by many cities. And so your company, you'll take all the way from site inspection to getting it permitted. They can come to you and you'll give them a full, kind of the rundown of the process and so on. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, we wanted to really make it as simple as just having the real estate investor, the homeowner, just having to sit back and write checks for this entire process. ADUs, while you would think off the top of your head, oh, they can't be that difficult to kind of run, there are a lot of unexpected challenges that face general contractors that may not have the experience with it. So we highly recommend going with a design build firm that specializes in accessory dwelling units, as they kind of know the ins and outs and have a stronger relationship with the permitting departments at various cities. So Shiloh really does handle the entire process, and we want to make it simple and streamlined.
Awesome. And I know that what I like about your company is that you're so laser focused on ADUs, and every little detail about the permitting, the construction, and getting the ground prepped. Wonderful. A lot of investors that have the ability to put an ADU in their backyard, very often they're not sure about the financial implications. And based on the research that I've done and some of the research I'm sure you have done, putting an ADU in somebody's backyard, if they have the space and so on, it's one of the best ROIs out there. Correct? Can you talk a little bit about how do you evaluate the ROI, and why is it so compelling instead of going to buy maybe a different rental unit or another house? Why investing in your backyard is so compelling from a financial perspective as well?
Sure. So the biggest reason, first off, is because in California, when you're purchasing a real estate investment, most of your cost is the land. And since you already own your single family property, that land cost is zero. So you're basically building on underutilized space, whether it be the backyard for a detached ADU or converting a master bedroom for a conversion. It's a really great way of utilizing property an extra space that you already have. So typically with real estate investments in California in the single family space, you're seeing much lower cap rates of about 3, 2, 3, maybe even sometimes 1%. But since you already own the land, just based on the cost of an ADU, the cap rate is about 6 to 8%. And that depends on where you're building. And that's not even including property appreciation.
Yeah, absolutely. The appreciation, while there hasn't been necessarily a conclusive understanding of how much it'll add to your property, we're seeing comps coming out over time. And in this Airbnb generation that we live in now, having a detached ADU is actually a tool for real estate to use. So we're seeing appreciation going up. We're seeing cap rates and ROIs that are strong, sometimes up to 10 to 12%, really depending on your location and the size of the ADU. But in general, it's a phenomenal investment, especially in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, and other California.
Mm-hmm. I agree. A lot of my friends, when they're looking for homes, they're constantly filtering on which homes have an ADU or an in-law. So I know for a fact that many people are looking for that additional income, whether it's from an Airbnb or renting that space out long-term. Mm-hmm. So I know it's a very compelling investment. Salik and Ryan, talk a little bit about the legislation that has been passed. Even I saw something that Gavin Newsom tried to expedite the permitting process, whether it's in Northern California, Southern California. Talk to tell our audience, our viewers, a little bit about what's going on with the legislation.
Sure. So not just saying this because we do build ADUs, but right now, it couldn't be a better time for a homeowner to invest in an accessory dwelling unit because just recently, I believe just a few weeks ago, Gavin Newsom passed 5 laws that basically make it the easiest time to build an accessory dwelling unit. Those laws are SB 13, AB 671, 587, 881, and 68. And basically just as a high level, these laws remove owner occupancy requirements for both the ADU and the primary dwelling for 5 years. The permit application time, the max time that a municipality has to approve an ADU has gone down from 120 to 60 days, cut that time in half. Governments now can't charge impact fees for ADUs smaller than 750 square feet. And you also don't need to replace parking if you're demolishing a carport or garage to build an ADU. So basically some of the biggest barriers in ADU development that, homeowners have complained about are now removed. Absolutely. And that goes in effect January 1st, 2020.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, for a change, the government's trying to work with the residents. So that's awesome. Talk a little bit about why you chose to go with the modular design. I know the benefits of doing some of the work offsite. You and I have talked about that, but tell our audience a little bit about why you went in that direction.
Absolutely. I think the biggest appeal of modular is the speed, the fact that you're going to be conducting site work and creating the home and unit itself offsite at the same time. So if you're able to bring a real estate investor unit maybe 6 months faster, 5 months faster than traditional stick build, that's 5 to 6 months of additional rental income that can be provided for that individual. On top of that, we think there's just a higher level of precision that can be done in a factory. And in California, we're seeing a labor shortage and a rise in materials costs. Yeah. And so having people assembling on site for 12 months can get really, really pricey at the end of the process. Whereas having a factory where you can have employees come in shifts, replicate what they're doing so they get better after each and every single build, and then deliver it on site, we think is really just a better system. And the United States has kind of lagged behind a little bit. We've seen Japan and parts of Europe like Germany really embrace modular housing. And we're seeing now that we actually just attended a modular summit about a few months ago. And it was a great turnout. And apparently 3 years prior, that room was filled with like maybe 35, 40 people. And now it's, 300 to 400. So the industry is really hot right now. I think this is the right time to go with modular. And what we do is more of a panelized system, so that we kind of reduce the need for cranes as much as we can, because if you have overhead power lines, there's just so many, barriers when it comes to crane. Yeah. So a panelized system allows us to kind of get the best of modular, while still being able to deliver it on site in a pretty quick and efficient manner.
Very nice. Talk a little bit about how do most of your clients do their financing? Do they go out and take out a construction loan, or do they use HELOC, or do they just write a check? Like, what's the most common form of financing that you've seen?
So the two most common as of right now are mainly geared towards homeowners who have enough equity in their home. There's either the home equity line of credit, the HELOC, or the cash out refinance option. So those are the two most popular traditional options, but we've also seen, construction loans are a great way if you might not have enough equity in your home. And there's also, US Bank is offering some new creative options. And we've actually had a lot of discussions recently with private lenders and, smaller institutional banks who are looking to really embrace the ADU market and encourage ADU development by creating their own special financial instruments.
Very nice. Very nice.
Absolutely.
And you can, if somebody reaches out to you, you can help kind of connect the dots for whether it's with US Bank or with financing, or kind of refer them to somebody.
Yeah, we want to truly be, like you said earlier, an end-to-end solution. And one of the biggest barriers for homeowners is the financing. So we are developing relationships with multiple partners who will have different options based on the homeowner's financial situation that we can accommodate.
Yeah, perfect. And one more question around, what are some of the challenges and opportunities that you're seeing in this space? Like, what are some of the hurdles that you typically run into?
Yeah, I mean, as a new company in construction, it's a very, CapEx intensive journey. And I guess, starting any company in any industry has its various hurdles and barriers. But I mean, we're excited about it because we've seen that not many people our age have really entered into the construction industry. Most of our peers ended up in, tech or, went down the medical path or something like that. But we're really passionate about housing. I think construction and this specific area of construction with modular and ADUs and taking advantage of underutilized space has phenomenal growth opportunities. Definitely had its roller coaster of a start, but now I think we're really hitting our stride, and we're very excited for the future for Shilo.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm really proud of you guys. Both of you, I know your story and your background a little bit. Really happy that you chose to go in this direction. I think the industry needs new ideas. They need new blood. They need new ways of thinking about construction. So really happy to have you both. In fact, you'll be presenting on November 4th, 5th, and 6th at my meetup, coming up soon. So if the audience members, if you're in, or viewers, if you're in town, in the Bay Area, please come to our event. You can find the listing to our events on bayflip.com/events. So bayflip.com/events. And you can find out how to register. And we're meeting on 3 different days, 3 different locations. And Salik and Ryan are going to be presenting the solutions in depth. They're going to be talking about what you can do with ADUs, your ROI, and so on and so forth. But any last comments, Salik and Ryan? Like, how can people get hold of you?
Sure. So you can contact us or check out our website at BuildShilo.com, BuildShilo.com. And you can fill out a contact form there, schedule a call with us, or you could also reach us personally at our phone numbers 909-974-9175 or
408-499-5928. We really encourage you to come out to these events. Bobby always does a phenomenal job of bringing really smart minds together. And for the first 5 individuals that sign up for a site survey, we offer $500 off. Site surveys is really just an in-depth breakdown of what you can do with your backyard, and it's a step that we recommend to all individuals interested. So please come out to the event. We'd be happy to meet you guys, and we can't wait to present.
Awesome. Salik, Ryan, thank you so much for your time. Truly enjoyed this, and let's see if we can meet up soon and have our members meet with you as well. Thank you so much.
Bobby. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.